it's just like, they always have something to say, and nobody has nothing to say really to make sense of anything.
Always something.
Yeah, it just seems like they're always just lying to us. These people do.
Absolutely.
Be quiet.
Can you? I just
like I said. We are the grown folks, and we're going to be talking about what's going on in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what's going on.
And then
be quiet. QueenShe is speaking.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of QueenShe Speaks. You guys are definitely in for a treat today. With me, I have Reverend Harold Washington Carnes. He is such a blessed man, a good friend, a confidant. He is pretty much everything. He's just going to be laying some of his knowledge on us today. I am super excited about this because he is actually a maverick in our community. If you live in the North Las Vegas, Henderson area, there's things that he does for you that you don't even know he's doing for you. So I'm definitely going to let him jump into it and tell us a little bit about him and the things he's accomplished since his move from Philly to Vegas.
It's like day.
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, tired girl, hand sore.
Yeah. How are my babies?
He's driving me crazy.
How are my babies?
No, they're doing good. They're getting bigger.
Yeah. I know. Every seeing, I'm like, dang, that's not the same person that I met along. But
no, girl, they are like, oh my goodness, they have gotten so. They have gotten so big. I'm so proud of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I knew when we met over there, when I was working at Five Guys, I said, okay, she's bound for something. She's bound for glory. And girl, you have made progress. You are an inspiration to most black women out here. And I talk about you sometimes to some of the women I see out here when they go to some of the events I go to, and they're selling their stuff on the tables. And I'm like, one day you can be like my friend Cheryl. I said, she's working hard, and she started out small, and she kept to it. She's had her setbacks, but she kept praying, she kept the faith, and she kept hope going. So she made it. I said, she's an inspiration. I said, you guys need to take a look at that and run with it.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes, so it really is. But
yes,
like you said, thank you.
So I'm quite proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
So what's our topic for today?
So I know in the little questionnaire thing you said that your crusade was with social injustice. So I know you're part of that Fight for 15, so you could talk about that if you'd like, and like what's going on with that, and if you guys have any events coming up and things like that. So.
Oh, okay. Well, not so much of events coming up right now due to COVID, but this history for me, I guess. I came here in 2013 from Pittsburgh. My wife leading her daughter, and it was weird because I came down as a manager for Wendy's and went to go for a job interview. The temperature was 117 degrees that day. I remember it because I caught the bus up to Eastern and Flamingo, then caught the bus to the job site. Got to the door and was refused the interview because I wasn't properly dressed in a suit and tie. And so that ended me having to leave from that interview disappointed, even though I was well-dressed, well-groomed, and smelled quite great. And I caught the bus back down to Flamingo and Eastern and went into the McDonald's here to get something to drink and was offered a job. I guess because of the way I looked, I don't know. And I immediately took the job and became a crew member there. And that was crazy. I remember watching people talking about going on a strike. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that, you get fired and all that stuff. And I moved up in position because it took a moment for them to promote me, even though I had all my credentials as a manager. And by the time I got there, the strikes here in Vegas for Fight for 15 were like in full force. And I watched a few of my employees go to strikes and get arrested, you know, and Cheryl, to me, it was like, wow, why are these guys doing this? And, you know, what's the purpose behind this? And I'm thinking, as a manager, I'm not going out there because I need to keep my job. I got to feed my family and take care of, you know, my grandkids and everything. I can't go out there and do this. And I kept watching these guys go out here. And so I asked the one leader in my store one day, I said to him, why do you keep doing this? He said, because we have rights. And he said, I said, well, back home in Pittsburgh, you know, they don't treat us bad as they do you guys here because, you know, we'll walk out immediately. But he said, you know, here we're struggling. We can't, some of us can't afford to walk out because this is all we got. But we're willing to walk out because we just can't take it anymore. And it just struck me hard that there were people out there willing to go to jail to make their lives better. And they were doing it for me. And I didn't understand it at the moment, but then it came to me, yeah, okay, that sort of makes sense. And so I joined with Plan. I joined with AJ Buha and Laura Martin, Bob Fulkerson, and Jose Mesa. And one of the first strikes I joined was my own store after I became a manager, the Eastern and Flamingo McDonald's. I struck my own store. That was crazy. They were quite surprised, and they were wondering why I would do something like that. But I told them that said, as a manager, you had me working 11 to 7. They had me come back and work 7 to 11. I said, I'm working over 100 hours. I don't have time to spend with my family. I'm so tired when I come home that I don't have time to do anything. I said, you're working me to death and you're not offering me any help. I'm watching my employees suffering because half of them have been here for years and they haven't gotten pay raises. You know, and so, and I talked to some of them, and I'm like, why can't you move up in position? The company doesn't help me. The company doesn't look out for me. And there's an owner here that was like running around talking about new Cadillacs and cars and stuff that he done bought, and you know how well we should smile and everything. But how can you smile when you're not being paid enough money to live? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it got me into the fight. And so I struck my store first, and then after that, I became a spokesperson for Plan. SEIU, which is one of our allied partners at Make the Road Nevada. I joined CRISPA and the Center for Community Change. And also, recently, I just joined my friend Reverend Stress Sanders in doing a few things here in Vegas with his group, New Era. But I had to get out there because God said that people are not supposed to live like this. We're not supposed to live in poverty and misery every day of our lives. You know what I mean? And the companies that we work for are not supposed to drive us to make decisions that hurt us forever. You know what I mean? You got to decide between feeding your family and going to work, paying a bill or something. And you know you have to do it. And they make the conditions so horrible at times that you either stay there and work or you walk out.
Mm-hmm.
So here in Vegas, I've seen how the system worked. The education system, one, was poor. They kept people here undereducated because if you're undereducated, you only work at minimum wage jobs. You don't aspire to go to college. You don't aspire to go any higher than where you are because you don't have the education. And they let you know that right away. Mm-hmm. And so for me, that was another point and wanting to speak out for people because there were people here in Vegas who were scared to speak out, scared to lose their jobs, you know, because it's all they had. And I said, you know what? I'm going to speak out for you. And I told people at my jobs, I'm going to go out and strike. I'm going to go out here and speak for you guys because I know you're scared. I know you can't say anything. And I'm going to say it for you. And that's just what I did. I went out there and I threw my whole heart and soul into it because that's what God told me to do. I didn't understand my reason for coming to Vegas at that time, but I was sent here for a mission to help these people the best I can through the love I have through God who given me more than what I've asked for in life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And most people these days have given up hope and forgotten that God hasn't given up on us. He hasn't forgotten about us, and he hasn't said that I'm through with you yet. You know, we're going to continue going through these hard times because until we stop for 1 minute, get down on our knees and pray and tell him what you want and what you really need. And things will be all right. You know what I mean? it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? We're going to go through some changes. I was sitting there with my grandson the other day, and he says, well, wow, Papa, things are bad. I said, yes, they are. He said, just like Thanos snapped his finger and the world's just like half the people are disappearing. I'm like, yes, chance they are. I said, but we still have hope. We still have faith as weapons. And I said, we're going to be all right. You know what I mean? So that's part of the reason I got into the fight. And like I said, I didn't have to get into the fight, but I seen people going to jail and protesting, and if they were able to do that and speak out, and they were speaking out for the people who didn't have voices, and I didn't understand that at first. And so then I come to get that mentality and realize that, if you can be a voice for somebody that can't speak, then speak out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like you with your business, I watched you grow. And like I said, that is so amazing to see you come from where we worked at. Like, we worked next door to each other,
right.
And you said to me one day, she said, I want to be here. I have higher aspirations than here. And I said, okay, cool. And I watched you leave from there, and I watched you struggle for a minute, but then I watched you grow. And then I started seeing you start doing these amazing things. And I'm like, look at this woman growing. Then you turn around, and you went through bad relationships, and you turn around, you found the right man, because God said he's going to send you somebody to you. It's going to be perfect for you at the right time you need it. And girl, you got it. So once again, like I said, congratulations to you on the marriage, to your husband. You got a good man, because God sent him to you at the right time that you needed, because you kept perseverance. You kept the faith. You kept the course. And that's what we have to do, people, nowadays in our lives and everything. Stay the course. You know what I mean? Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. And family. Oh my goodness. Right now, family, we need each other. This is no time to be arguing, fussing, and fighting with each other about petty things. Petty things, put them to the side. Right now, the only thing we need right now is love and understanding. It's the only thing that's going to get us through this, because we are so isolated and so far away and separated from each other because of COVID. That we need that connection. We need to stay focused on the fact that we are family. We are thicker than anything out here that's going on. And so I'm asking people today, if you're listening, please stop the pettiness, stop the fighting, in-house fighting, in-family fighting for one moment. Stop and think about it. If COVID hit your family today, what you going to do?
Exactly.
You're still going to miss that person. You're going to wish they were there. You're going to wish you had that moment to say, I'm sorry. Do it now. You know what I mean? And let's get it right. If time is short, if we all got to go, then let's go out right. Let's go out with love in our hearts and our minds. Hatred, put it aside. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the world. We've already dealt with everything that's crazy in America. I've seen it. I've seen my capital attacked. I've seen my country attacked. Come on now, this don't make no sense.
No.
The last thing we need to remember in the morning is that we all humans. We all wake up. We all breathe the same air. We all bleed blood. We all eat. And we all have to have faith that tomorrow is going to be a better day than it is. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Las Vegas, especially for me, because Las Vegas, I understand the city. You write ordinances that want to put homeless people in jail and to pay fines with money they don't have. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's upsetting. That's super upsetting to me. Like, it's not illegal to be homeless. Like, it should be illegal for a landlord to want $1,000 a month for a studio apartment, or some ridiculous number like that. That's crazy.
And they have the power to do that, and that's crazy. And they know they can gouge us like that and get away with it. Mm-hmm. Some places, I'm not going to mention any names, grass, bird from sun, but they still sprinkle the water. I don't understand it. It's wintertime. What the heck are you sprinkling water for 3 times a day? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If it froze and I slipped on that sidewalk, believe me, you're going to change the name of the place where I live at. I'm not. It doesn't make any sense. Las Vegas. I mean, you're a beautiful city. I love you. You guys are energetic. You're enthusiastic. You have love in your heart at times, but you can be so cold and cruel. And it doesn't make some sense to me why. You know what I mean? With everything that's going on, if you were hurting and a friend came or a stranger helped you out, cool. Regardless, race, color, creed, whatever, nationality, however it is, accept it, then pass it on. You know what I mean? People forget that to pass it on. And passing it on is a good thing. And I've learned that from being here and struggling, that if you help one person, believe me, something good is going to happen to you. And for me, doing what I've done here in Las Vegas with the Fight for 15, working with some of these great people here, Stretch Sanders and Jose and Laura and Bob, AJ, Raphael, with the groups I've worked with, it's just been fantastic. You know what I mean? And then the support I get from my wife for some of the things I do, because I traveled a lot. I went to the Franklin Center at Bricks in North Carolina. I picked cotton.
I still have that, actually. The cotton you gave me, I still have it.
Yes, and I remember picking it and being out there in that field and saying to myself, I could not be a slave. I could not have been a slave, because I'd have been shot, because I'd have been trying to be not Harriet Tubman, but Harry Tubman, because we'd have had to run. No, the conditions then were bad. No, couldn't take it. It's not like we were nowhere close to being a mean, racist city at all, period. There's too much love in the city, and we just have to open it up. And our leaders, oh my God, my leaders. We elected you guys, and I want to let you know the report cards will be due. And if you haven't done the job that we elected you to do, believe me, next election, we're going to get you out of there. Because it's not going to work for us. It's not going to work that we keep on hiring people to help us, and the people that we hire turn around and stab us in the back. We ask for help for food. We ask for help for shelter. We ask for help for anything else. And these people are so worried about being a Democrat, or so worried about being a Republican, or so much being independent. Forget about the parties, people. Forget about the parties and start being human beings.
Exactly.
If you weren't a senator, if you weren't the governor, if you weren't anything else, you'd be just like me. You'd be sitting around talking about, oh, gee, I wonder how I'm going to get my money.
Mm-hmm.
Please, politicians, remember that before you were politicians, you were human beings just like us. You got up in the morning, you put your pants on. Now you get up in the morning, you put your gold pants on, put on your gold jackets, you're invisible, and we try to connect with you and everything. We can't get past the barriers to do it. So remember, election time will be coming around again, and we will be out there, and we will be voting. You can try to call it fraud, do whatever you want to, but believe me, we're going to get you out of office, because it doesn't make any sense that you need to stay in there.
Exactly. Especially ones that blatantly publicize how much they just don't care about the next human being. And what's her name? Mayor Goldwyn.
Uh-huh.
Everybody loved her husband, and so they voted her in. And the first term, she was good, and people liked her. And now with this homeless thing, it's just like, I, as a voter, I technically don't live in Las Vegas, so I can't vote for things like that, I think. But me as a voter, why would I want somebody who can't look at the other spectrum, can't put themselves in somebody else's shoes? So I 100% agree with you. And that's what I love about Las Vegas. Even when we had to wait in our cars and fill out our ballots and all that, they were there. They showed up, So that's amazing. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And it's crazy because, like I said, voters are fickle people. And I try to tell the politicians this: you only win because you give us the wow factor. And if you give us the wow factor, we're going to put you in office. We're going to put you in office because you wowed us and you told us the things that we needed and we wanted. This is how and people are amazed at how did Donald Trump win. And I said he won because he told the people what they wanted to hear.
Exactly.
He told the people the things that made them say, "Oh, okay, he can do that." And he did just mostly what he said he was going to do, And it's crazy because people were like, "Oh, he's bad." The man did amazing things because, he told you he was going to do it, he did it, and he was so arrogantly doing it, and we accepted it. And that's nothing that we should ever, people, accept from a leader that will allow anything to happen in a country that's supposed to be number one in the world. Come on now. It's not supposed to happen here, And like I said, this election that just passed, I knew there was going to be problems. And Donald Trump even told you guys ahead of time, there's going to be problems with the election. There's going to be voter fraud, and I'm just going to shut down the post office and everything. Right away, when he said that day, everybody should have knew then there was going to be problems. Mm-hmm. We turn around, our Capitol gets attacked. Come on now. That has never happened like they said. I've never been in the service. I was in the military. And the first thing I said to myself is, when I seen the people gathering around the Capitol, where are the National Guard? Where's the military at that should be there helping these guys out?
Exactly.
And we didn't see that. And I seen a mob storm my Capitol and destroy and kill. And then I haven't seen anybody go to court. I want to see people be held responsible for that.
Exactly.
Because if it had been a group of black individuals running up there, they would have opened fire and shot us.
Exactly.
There would have been bullets flying. There would have been none of that just going inside the building. There would have been blood on the steps.
Yeah, even if the black people were just standing there protesting peacefully, it would have ended.
We still would have gotten shot,
Exactly.
beat down somehow. If one of us would have took a step up on those steps, went past that barrier, there would have been bloodshed. All we had to do was go past the barriers, there would have been shooting. And people were saying, oh, no, it wouldn't have happened. They would have let you. No, they would not have. Mm-hmm. And people need to stop going with that disbelief and thinking that, oh, yeah, they would let them go. No, they would not have let us go through. They would have shot us. Mm. They let them go through. And one, because it was on the cameras. And second, they didn't want America to see that they were just going to massacre more Americans. They just let them go through. You can see some of the guards just turn around and walk away. I'm like, come on, seriously? Mm. If the military had been there, they would not have got through. There would have been some bloodshed, and it would have been them being hurt. Because the military would not have let them go through. It would not have happened. And so that was Donald Trump. They let him get away with it. They smacked him on his fingers and told him, don't do it no more, Donald. He's out. He's not president no more. Mm. But watch out, people. Like I said, the influence is still out there, and don't be influenced by someone who does not have love for you. And the man does not have love for America or the people in it. And if no one has love for you, they have hate for you, then they are dead to the world and dead to God. And that's the last thing you want, is to be dead to God. Yeah. Because come in times when you stand in front of judgment, the first thing he's going to say is, I don't know you. Go ahead and walk on. I don't even know you. And that's the last thing you want to hear.
Exactly.
So, other than that, it's been pretty good. The political favor is changed here in Nevada. Hopefully things are going good. Our leaders here so far have been paying attention to us. We're going to work on some issues this summer, and hopefully we'll be able to get out and do any protesting and get with the people and see what's going on as we get ready to start the new Biden administration and see what happens. Hopefully the push for the $15 an hour, it may not go through right now, but I say give it a moment, because with everything that's going on, I don't think really as good as the time it is right now to have is not, in a way, because it needs to be worked on more. A little bit more twitching and tweaking. I think we can get it down right and present it back again to Congress, and we'll see what happens, because I believe we can get it. And then the crazy part is now that 15 is not enough.
That's true.
So, and we hate to ask them for more, because, we're asking companies now who aren't really making any money to give up more money. Mm-hmm. Help the employees out. And I can understand some of them with the no, and let's wait and see, policy. We open back up more businesses and everything. And that all depends upon the people and whether or not they want to wear their masks and go out in public and just do what the people say. I hate the mask. I really do. I have like about 30 of them. My wife has like about 10. Kids have a few. And they're irritating. They make your face dry. They're just... And it's funny, because go back 20, 30 years ago, if you had a mask on, you might get shot. But everybody's wearing them now. So I want to say to everybody, please put your mask on. If not for you, for your family, for your friends, for your grandma, for your grandpa, for your nana, for someone that you love, wear the mask for them. Because you want to catch it from someone who may have COVID and then take it home to them, and give it to them. You know what I mean? So please stay safe and wear the mask. We try to wear the masks during our events and everything. Like I said, I hang out with my friend Reverend Stretch Sanders here in Las Vegas with his group New Era, and I love those guys. I love Stretch Sanders. That's my boy. He's getting ready to have a baby girl. So congratulations to him and his wife Kendall. Big shout out. Yeah. So they're gonna have a little girl. I think they said they named her Stony. So hey, congratulations once again, Stretch, to you and to Stretch and his group, because New Era has been fantastic here in Las Vegas, and much kudos and shout outs to those guys. The founding father came down to visit and everything, and New Era really shows out here in Las Vegas. So I give kudos to that group for showing much love to Las Vegas. God, we need it, and the people are so appreciative of this man, and I support him in everything that he does, and I hope you get him on your show one day, that you can get him to talk. I'll put a plug out for you and see if he'll come on and talk with you.
I would love that, because I follow there's a group on Facebook. I don't know if you're part of Las Vegas, and I believe him and Devin Moore are the moderators for that. So I would love that.
Yes.
If I can get one of them. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Okay. I'll let him know today. I'll talk to him later on. Yes, girl, because it's leaders like him that are young, that are coming out and speaking out for Las Vegas and the people in it, and especially the poor, the poor, the black, the homeless. His organization is great with that, and I love working with him. I love coming out and speaking at different groups with him. I also love playing too. My girl Laura Martin over there. Oh my goodness, she followed Bob Fulkerson as the director, and my sister, she has been fantastic in helping me grow. And when I first started, I started out with Laura. And there's a picture of me and her together in the 2014 issue of the planned annual report. And it's a picture of me and her in the left-hand corner. The fast food workers, strikers, takeout, fighting 15 waste demonstration to do solidarity with Ferguson. At the time I did my first strike, it was when the killing had happened in Ferguson with Hands Up. And we did a Hands Up 5-minute protest outside my store, where we talked and we held our hands up the whole time, because once again, a senseless killing had happened, and that was crazy. Like I said, I worked with Plan, Jose, Raphael, Vanessa, all them guys. Oh my God, the organization is great. People contribute to them organizations and help them guys out. They are here working with you guys here in Vegas, trying to make life better, make the road Nevada. Little small groups like that come out and speak out against things like that. I want to send a shout out and kudos to my boy, Mr. McCurdy. He is now a commissioner. Mr. Tick Sitterbloom, met you when you were up in up in Carson City. Fantastic leaders, you know what I mean? These guys believe in Las Vegas and believe in Nevada and try to do their best to help. I helped Mr. McCurdy about when he was running for assemblyman, and I remember standing there. We got some pictures taken, and he's doing a great job. Once again, another young black man making great strides and doing great things here in Las Vegas, and he's blessed by God. He's touched, just like Reverend Stretch Sanders and all the other young black men that do great things here in Las Vegas. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? My pastor, Johnny Gilmore over at New Sabbath Baptist, said that if you're not going to get up and do the right thing, then don't do nothing at all. You know what I mean? And I appreciate and love him. A big shout out to my boy KJ Howard down there in Arizona, my mentor, my reverend. Thank you, sir, for pushing me along days when I felt like giving up. Because being a minister and being a political activist at the same time is like a hard life. I mean, because you have to deliver the word. And also, sometimes you have to deliver a word you may not want to deliver, but you got to make the people aware of the situation and what's going on with them in life. And sometimes you got to push folks and make folks angry. When I was in Chicago, they pushed us out of stores. I've been called everything but a son of Jesus at times. But you keep on persevering. You keep on pushing because there's nothing else left but heaven. You know, we can achieve it. We can make it. And as hard as it is, and as much as we want to give up at times, we can't. You know, people refuse to be mad at us. And we need more people like you and doing what you do. These podcasts are important, especially at times now, for our people to keep in touch with each other, communicate with each other, and to give us the word about what's going on in our city and town. So much kudos to you once again for helping out and getting the word out to the world. And I know I have something else I got to go do today, but I'm going to leave you with this, my sister. It is coming from Matthew 5, verse 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, my friend, for having me. And like I said, anytime you need me, need a word, call me. Keeping checking on you. Make sure you guys are all right. My post on Facebook, Good Morning Las Vegas, will be back. We're ready to go through carpal tunnel surgery right now, so I'm going to be down for a minute. But Good Morning Las Vegas will be back with more prayers and more music, more inspiration for 2021. This year, hopefully, I'll let you know pretty soon, my sister. I'll be announcing my ministry, Maverick Ministry. I'm going to let you know when we get started and get kicking later on this year. God has given me a direction to go in. And it comes from the song by Gregory Porter, and it's called Take Me to the Alley. And I want you guys to hear it one day. It's a fantastic Christian song. But that's what my ministry is based on. It's not based on being inside of a building and edifice. It's based on being out in the street. Because the people in the street have forgotten the love of God, forgotten that he still cares about them. And so Maverick Ministry is a street ministry. We go out, we donate, give food to the homeless. We feed homeless people, clothing, whatever we can give to them. We're not as big as some of the other ministries here in Las Vegas. We're small. We're getting started, but God has blessed me to go in this direction with this, and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? We, like I say, continue to have the faith and hope. Keep on doing a good job that you're doing, my sister, and God bless you. QueenShe, y'all, if you buy the product and keep in touch with her, she's doing a great job. This is a black woman that is making it, and God has his hand on her. So, hey, keep doing your job, Cheryl. Love y'all. Tell your husband I said good job on meeting one day.
Definitely. I appreciate you so much for doing this for me today.
No problem. I told you anytime. You know, as a minister, you know, we love to talk. And lucky you didn't ask me to do a sermon because I got like about 5 ready. I said, because I have to get ready for my surgery. So I've been writing for a couple of days, and I finished like about 3 sermons already. I said, just in case I do get a chance to preach, I said, I won't be able to write anything in a couple of days, but we'll take it from there.
It's an open platform, so I know how to reach you. I know where you, Miss Julie, be at, so if I need you, I'm going to call on you.
All right, Tay. I can understand that, girl. No problem. And Chance and Church, they're probably sleeping right now. They're taking a nap. Oh, my Lord, girl. You get a chance to see him again. He is just something else. He's going to Harris Elementary, yeah. And so he starts April 6th. He's going to be in school. with his little smart self. Oh my goodness, they had me do like 30.
I be saying, I be like, I was like, first off, when my baby gets so big, he was a baby. Now he's a big boy.
Oh my, and people are, and let me tell our listeners real quick. My grandson Chance Lowry is best friends with Cory Booker. Him and Cory Booker are best friends. You met Cory Booker when I did Real Solutions for Real People back in 2015, and up in Reno, Nevada. And Cory Booker was the spokesperson for Hillary Clinton at the time when she was running, and Bernie Sanders was there. And so I had to get us a Secret Service clearance in order to speak that day. And Chance was a baby when he met Cory Booker. We took photo shots of him. And so when Cory was here in Las Vegas on his swing for election this year, he came to Las Vegas, and I put pictures of Chance and Cory on Facebook. But he was walking up he got out of his limo. He was walking up the sidewalk, and he came up a little bit farther enough. He seen Chance, and he seen me stand there, and he pointed at me, and he pointed over at Chance, and he looked like, and I said yes. And so he opened his arms up, and he told him to come here. And that's the one picture you have of him picking a Chance up and walking with him. He picked Chance up and walked around with him. People are like, who is this kid that he's picked up and walked around? And he was telling folks, I've been knowing him since he was a baby, which he has. And it's on Real Solutions. It's Harold Carnes, Real Solutions, Reno, Nevada. So yeah, that was a fantastic day. And so they've been friends ever since. They talked for like about 10 minutes when they were here. And Cory invited, because he's from New Jersey, and I lived in New Jersey, and I was stationed up in Fort Dixon, New Jersey. So me and Cory, we talked for a minute, and like you said, we come up to New Jersey. He said he'll host us, so we'll check him out when we go up that way.
And I'll put that.
Chance will love it. Chance will love it. So they're buddies. I said, I wish I was like, I couldn't imagine. I said, being that young and knowing a famous politician, you know what I mean? And so famous that, when he comes to town, he pick you up and just carry you around, like, I said, okay. It's a memory for him, when he gets older, he'll be like, I knew Cory Booker.
Right.
What? Get out of here. Try to create this memory for the kids. That's all we can do. You know what I mean? Like I told him, I said, I'm 64. I'll be 65 coming this July. And it's been a good journey. God's been good to me, and I appreciate it. And it's been people like you that made it easy. Like I said, I met you when I was working over Five Guys over there, slinging them burgers and stuff. And like I said, I knew good people. I came over, hooked you guys up because the guys were good folks over here. You guys looked out for me. We looked out for each other, and that's how that's how you make friends and stuff. And then you continue that friendship through crises like this here, and that's what gets you through. Friend check on your friends. You know what I mean? Because right now it's hard. We need our friend check. You know what I mean? I want everybody to make sure today. Go check on your friends. Make sure they all right. If there's something wrong with them, say a prayer for them, and if you don't say a prayer for them, tell them, give them a word of encouragement. Okay,
Definitely.
Do that for me.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Okay, I'm sure. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you.
Right.
I shall talk to you later.
Kiss my baby.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I will. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Rest here in my garden. Whoa.